Alright, anyway. Hey guys, this is my second time trying to record because the computer froze last time and I was like, fuck. Anyway, so, one of my comments on one of my videos was from one of my friends, and he said, and I remember being in the same classes in 3rd grade, 4th, and 5th. You seemed fine in 3rd and 4th, but you changed a bit in 5th grade, and something went down in 5th, what caused your depression, and I honestly, it happens, you know, it's not something I can control, so, but this will be a Misconceptions video, but it's going under my self-help series, because I will, you know, put some links, well, not quote-unquote links, but, you know what I mean. I'll put stuff in the description for you. Alright, so this will be 20 misconceptions on this. I'm sorry, I'm having a lot of troubles with my computer and it's pissing me off. Now let's see if this page will actually work. I don't know if it will. Alright. God damn it, Google. You fucking suck. Alright, the first one is that you can't have depression because you have an awesome life. It happens to all types of people. See, that's the thing, like, it will happen to everyone, like, you know, depression isn't a thing. It can happen to anyone. I mean, it could happen to me, it could happen to the next person you see. It could happen to your boss, or your sister, or your wife, your child, you know. Now if this shit would work. You know how much easier my life would be if this computer actually worked, when I wanted it to. Alright. Alright, number 2. People believe finding someone you love can somehow magically fix someone with a depression order. Okay, this is wrong. This is all wrong, because I have my, you know, this is not... I was surrounded by a lot of people who I knew loved me, and I had a boyfriend at the time. It didn't magically fix it. I didn't just get better because I had someone. It doesn't happen like that. You see, it just doesn't fix it like that. You'll still have feelings of being useless. That's how it is. 3. That I should be over it by now, or you don't seem sad. Sorry my illness isn't a timeline, and while I might smile at you now, I'll most likely break down later so my kids don't see their mom. See, that's... This is why this is what I hate. When people discriminate someone for having depression and not seeming sad. Well, maybe they have children, and they're supposed to be there for their children. What are they supposed to do? Cry all the... No! They would hide it from their children so their children could be happy. Doesn't society understand what pain a mother or a sister or anyone goes through having a depression or knowing someone who's depressed? Don't people know the hurt and the pain that someone goes through? You should be over it by now. That's not how it works. I'm sorry. You take meds for it, doesn't that mean it magically goes away? No, it does. It takes a long time. It took me 2 months before I was used to my antidepressants. For like 2 months, and the 4 weeks after I fell back down again. It doesn't make it better. You have to keep working up. Other people are worse off, so get over it. You know, I don't give a damn. Someone's worse off. I do, but I don't. If you're talking about my depression, and say that someone else is worse off than I am, and you say that I should be over it because I don't have as bad as a life, maybe you should try walking a mile in my shoes. Because I bet everyone who has told me to get over it, or that other people have worse lives than I do, maybe you should walk a mile in my shoes, and I bet $2,000 that you will faceplant on the first freaking step. Because you don't know what I've been through emotionally. Yeah, I've gone through a lot, emotionally, physically, mentally, but the mental pain tearing away at you, just tearing, breaking you down inside, feeling numb to any other emotion but sadness. Doesn't that seem bad enough? I don't need you. I don't need society coming down on me just because of an illness I can't control. I still remember what I said a few years ago. I'm just a kid, Mommy. Why is my life a constant nightmare? Should a freaking 10-year-old be saying that to her mother? A normal 10-year-old should be playing dolls. Was I doing that? No. I was asking why my life was a nightmare. Is that right? Does that seem like a good life to you? For a 10-year-old to be going through? For a child, for a teenager, for anyone for that matter. Does that seem like a good life to you? Because if it does, you're messed up. That is not a good life. I have lived it. And I can say through personal freaking experience, that is a horrible life. Six, you can't talk about depression openly like you can talk about any other illnesses. Because all the rich people don't share their depression with the world. So that means it isn't a freaking problem. If rich people aren't open about it, then it's not a problem. No one has it, and it's done if anyone else has it. See, this is the kind of shit that pisses me off. I mean, really? Can't we talk about depression openly? Can't you go up to someone and say, "Oh, have you heard about the news with depression?" And then they go, I had actually once told someone that I had depression. You know what they said? What's depression? That is sad. I am disappointed, humans. I am disappointed. you have 11-year-olds who know what twerking is, who know what sex is, but you don't have a 15-year-old who knows what depression is. What the hell? Depression is a real-life struggle. All that other stuff that you're teaching kids these days isn't. What you're teaching kids these days? Sex. That's what you're teaching them. You're not teaching them life, you're teaching them sex. Good God. Grow up, people. Grow the hell up. That you have to have a reason to suffer. Baptism of stupid. You're right. When I was 10 years old, I had a good life. I had all the dolls I could wish for. I had a Wii. I had a good family. But yet, I still ask why it was such a nightmare. Maybe, silly thought, but maybe, just maybe, I had something that I can control, and it made me feel like the possessions I physically had weren't enough. I wanted to be safe again. Do I have that even now? No, I don't. So, you know what, no, this is actually, hear me out, this is actually the reason why people suffer with depression, because it's idiots who think that depression is fake, depression is stupid, depression makes you less of a man or a woman. No, it doesn't. It makes you more of a man or a woman, in my opinion, because barely anyone knows the pain, and you know what, pain doesn't show that you're weak, it means that you've been strong for way too long. So people like me who suffer depression, I think, are stronger than others. That it's a choice. What they don't understand is it happens whenever or wherever. The most inconvenient times I feel like I can never control it. Do I look like I wake up every morning and choose to be miserable? Do I purposely feel so dead inside that I just want to die? Do I purposefully feel so alone that nobody loves me? Why would I put myself through that? Why would I put myself in that situation? Why? Dumbasses. See, kids, go to high school. You won't be a dumbass. And you won't think that all these mental issues, scientifically and psychologically proven, are fake. Yeah, you DAs who jumped out of high school and were pediatrician were doing that. Yeah, you think you're so smart right now? Smart, my fucking ass. Just try to be positive, it will help. Okay. No one knows this about me, but I'm actually a really positive person. I just suffer from depression. that turns my normal, happy, ecstatic, and so forth, positive self into someone who feels so alone inside and numb to any other emotion other than pain. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this away in pure anger, real quick. That people who want to commit suicide are selfish. Oh, you are so damn funny. They want to commit suicide because they feel so alone, and they feel like nobody would care, and they lost all hope that anyone would, because you calling them selfish, and calling them sluts, and calling them bitches, what may you, or even doing something as low as punching them in the arm or just calling them shorty or something, that may physically bring them down. So maybe you should think about your words before you tell someone off. Now this may be hard to consider concerning the tone I'm using right now, but I'm using this in pure defense for not only myself, but for most of the females in my family, my mother, my sisters, my friends, people who also suffer from depression. Dumbasses, I tell you. That you're automatically okay when you have one good day. Oh yeah, perfectly. I'm totally fine because I went to see The Hobbit a while ago. I'm perfectly fine now. I am perfectly fine. Just totally fine. You have no idea. I am so fine. You don't even want to know. Oh my god, I am perfect. And good days are hard to come by. When you're depressed, good days are hard to come by. They are really hard. It's really hard to smile when you have depression. It's really hard to get over it. That I would choose to be like this. Why would I choose to cry myself to sleep every night? Think about that. You just need to get over it, or don't get depressed over this. I have had family members tell me this multiple times, and you telling me not to get depressed over something will just make me depressed about it. So, maybe if you actually cared, people out there think they're so nice, but if they actually cared, they would realize that depression is actually real. But, they're so concerned about themselves, and they're so perfect. You know, like, oh my god, I'm such a nice person, because I donate to Goodwill, I'm so nice, I should totally celebrate. You know, if you were actually a nice person, you would care for those who are suffering. But I don't see a lot of people caring that I look incredibly down every single day. No one even bothers to ask me if I'm okay. So, yeah, not many people care. I'm just saying. That you want attention. Why the hell would I want attention? I want to be left alone. Like, seriously, I just want to be left alone. That's all I want to do. I don't want to go out there in public. Hell no. I'll be stared at wickedly. I'll be rejected. I've actually been refused service at restaurants because of my sexuality and because of how I dressed. Does that seem right to you? I wish teenagers would stop making it seem so freaking romantic. Yeah, like what the hell? How is depression in any way romantic? Oh, this girl's chronically depressed and she meets this guy and everything's all that. To all writers out there who write stuff like this, go suck a dick. Because you don't know how depression really is. Sorry, maybe you should have done your research and your book would have been a greater hit. Think about that one. Just because a person has depression doesn't mean they automatically cut or hurt themselves. Don't say they're faking it or disbelieve them for not having physical scars. It's not the physical scars you should look out for. The emotional and mental scars you should look for. Because not everyone has scars. I do. Possible to see them with this camera, but I do. Does that make me emo? No. Just because I'm cut doesn't mean I'm emo. Same with depression. Just because one of my friends doesn't have any scars doesn't mean she's not depressed. Pills are the only way to fix depression. You know, sometimes that's true, but, you know, I don't even have the common words. That it doesn't just go away, that it hits hard at night when nobody else is awake. Dude, it's always here, like, it doesn't hit hard at night. It hits all the time. It hits whenever. That we're all automatically suicidal. Not everyone will try. Not everyone will feel that way. I mean, there's different levels of depression. There's slight depression, moderate depression, severe depression, and suicidal depression. I have severe and sometimes suicidal depression. So, when my friend has slight depression. Does he cut or hurt himself? No, he just gets sad for, like, months on end. But does he do any of that? No, he doesn't. So stop saying that stuff. Number 20. That depressed people are always crying and sad. Okay, so you know Robin Williams? He was an amazing man who had depression. He actually killed himself because of depression. He always put a smile to their faces and on his face. So, before you go out and make misconceptions, maybe we should do a bit of research on it. I'm just saying. Because if you're going to make a misconception on something, or if you're even going to talk about something, don't say it. Like, seriously, like, what the hell? Like, WTF. But, I'm going to quickly go to another Google page. Because this is where the self-help comes in. Now that I'm done with my ranting. Cursed internet. Bad interwebs. I like really bad interwebs. Let's see if this will work again. Gee. Well, did the internet actually work for once? Am I the only one who wants it to work right now? I think I am. Pretty sure I am. But I'm gonna use this for Google. You know, screw it, I'm just gonna make a separate video, because this video is long enough. I'm just gonna make a separate video. This will be part 2. I'll label it under conceptions as well. But, so this has been part 1-ish, part 1-ish, of misconceptions on depression. This will be under self-help, and there will be, on the second part, there will be links, okay? Just wait. Right.